Hello everyone. We have another question. Is the path joy to joy? Because our nature itself is joy. We melt into joy and lose ourselves through becoming joy God. Same thing, I guess. Been struggling past few days and gotten tight. Getting fixated on losing myself. A new form of grasping, I suppose. I keep forgetting how to have fun and enjoy my life. Like I gauge my day's worth based on how much formal practice I've done. But it isn't necessarily living spontaneously and with joy. I just keep getting stuck in the net of putting in effort but not striving. I guess my longing for God keeps growing, and that is something to rejoice about, I guess. A lot of guesswork. And we can answer this with one sentence. Am I there yet? So we know from going on car journeys what it's like when someone gets antsy, childish. Am I there yet? That grasping mind that's always thinking of the future. Now, I want you to do something for me. I want you to not read this thing. Don't read it. So it's actually impossible not to read it, right? That's what we call effortlessness. So the same thing will happen with meditation. You can't not do it. That's when we're effortless. How long did it take you to read? And how much effort did we need to put in? Maybe you can't remember because you're so young. But we know it takes years to be able to read. When we're learning English, for example, we have to learn the alphabet in a different way at first. A, B, until we can learn A, B. So it's the same thing with meditation. If you are putting in effort to be effortless, you haven't understood yet. So we don't want to get into that mindset. Am I there yet? If you don't enjoy any of the process of reading because you want to skip ahead to the Lord of the Rings, and you don't enjoy any of the books that you're doing because you just want to get to Lord of the Rings, do you think by the time you get to Lord of the Rings, you'll enjoy it? When you haven't enjoyed any of your reading up until that point, and you don't really take it in. And there's another element that arises for people who are goal-oriented. As they develop strong regret, as they get older, they go, I really wish I'd just focused on the foundations when I was younger. It's a common regret. So it just means practicing where you're at and enjoying where you're at. Now, there's nothing wrong when you're learning to read. When you're a young child, to go into a library and see what's going to happen when you're an adult. In fact, it'll inspire you to enjoy your books more. But if you just go, oh, I don't want to read these, there's all these books in the library, again, you won't enjoy anything. So, we have to stop that grasping mind, and we have to appreciate the practices we've been given and where we're at. So we can stop guessing. So we're very fortunate just now with the current political and media environment. So you must, hopefully, be able to see for yourself how quickly people's minds are led by the media. Led to situations about people they've never met, about countries they've never been to, and about events they know nothing about, the history of, the circumstances. But they're just told to believe something by an authority, and instantly they believe it, and instantly they have strong opinions about it. You must have noticed. For us on the path, that process is called blind belief. It's called blind because people can't see that they're believing in something that they know nothing about, and they think they know. So do we do that? Do we do that because we've read a book on Dzogchen or heard a YouTube video about someone talking about the self, and we believe it, and then we have strong opinions about it, and we think we know? Do we do that? If you do that, then there's no difference between someone believing an authority about the news. It's a process of blind belief. And then if you believe and just blindly believe this, we're all one in the self, but in your life you don't live that at all. And then whatever comes up in your life that you don't enjoy this and you want this, you try and superimpose on top of it, don't know that it's all one. And what happens is you just make a lot of fuss and noise, but no progress happens. Because you can't enjoy what you're actually experiencing. You're not actually experiencing the deep state that's been pointed to, because it's a mental construct and a blind belief. And all that will happen is over time you'll regret that you didn't live the life that God put in front of you. And just like reading, it's only by enjoying the stage, the circumstances, the consciousness where you're at, that you fully live it, that you go into the next stage. The next stage is not actually a stage, it's the growth of your learning. Reading The Lord of the Rings contains that process you went through of going, bah. It's not separate. So you got to keep noticing when the mind is skipping ahead. And you go, blind belief. Blind belief, it's up to you if you want to be someone who lives through blind belief. So we want to appreciate the level where we're at and the practices that we have and enjoy them for what they are and feel honored that we have them. Even with Gurdjieff, part of the meditations are when they develop intention, they also remember to honor the fact that Mr. Gurdjieff gave them this meditation. I'm so lucky. There's a big difference between just getting information and having a lineage contact with someone who's giving you an energy. And then you have that practice, you honor it, you love it. And if you do that, that honoring, appreciating, loving, engaging with it in that way, without grasping for the sheer enjoyment of doing it, then you'll go deeper, like in going deeper into a relationship. If you love the person, you're with them, you be with them, like anything. Then your life will flower from the moment, because there's only ever this moment. But not as an intellectual understanding. You will know that everything is flowing from that moment, and only by appreciating that moment will you go deeper into what that moment means, the full depth of that moment. So keep noticing when you're engaging in blind belief and stop it. And know the difference between blind belief and faith. What I just talked about the process of engaging in a practice with love and appreciation, that's faith. Or a child learning to read, that's faith. They trust in their parent that they're teaching them something worthwhile. But if you don't want to engage in that because you just want to skip ahead to what you intellectually decided is the best thing, you have no faith. It's just a blind belief in something that you're greedy about. And it's not a nice mind. So keep noticing it and keep dropping it. You'll drop it just by being aware. Oh, I'm engaging in blind belief again. I can't even enjoy a simple thing like playing the guitar because I'm greedy for being at one with all the universe. Just enjoy playing the guitar. Yeah. So just remember it. It can help. You can drop it when we're humbled. So when you're going, well, I should, but this isn't Dzogchen. Just when you're doing that, just imagine from the outside, we're looking at you going, are we there yet? And then you think what it's like when you're with someone who's just, oh, are we there yet? Are we there yet? You don't want to be that guy. No one does, right? So if you understand what I'm saying, in summary, it's relax. How do you relax? By just living in the moment, what you know, and engaging with practices from where you are and not looking ahead. I hope that helps. I hope it makes sense. And may God bless you on your journey.